Okay, so um, uh, welcome all. So today let's talk about using Amass efficiently for our recon purposes. Okay, so let's start the session. So if you don't know, Mohammed.
Voice is breaking.
Okay, so is it better now, Mr. Root? Can you confirm if my voice is breaking?
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's working fine. I think
Voice is breaking.
Akash. No. Akash, you're having internet issues. I think for me, it's working fine. You can try to rejoin. If the issue still persists, maybe check your internet connection.
Okay, cool. So this is Alexander.
Can you guys confirm Abhishek and another one?
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's continue. So before we start this session, so there is one thing. So I'm using Zoom free version. So the call will end, I think, after 40 minutes. Okay. So if you got disconnected suddenly, no worries. You can rejoin the session using the same link. Okay. So
Okay.
So if you don't know who am I, so this is Alexander Tangavel. So also known as Les Flight. So I'm the backend trainer. So let's go into the session. So let's talk about Amass. Okay, so let's go to the Amass GitHub repo. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the Amass GitHub repo. So it's a Amass, you can say framework. Okay, so it's a attack mapping framework. Using this, we can do the asset discovery, and we can do the attack surfaces. Okay, so we can enumerate OSINT information, and we can do a lot of things like we can enumerate organization information, ASL information, and we can enumerate the subdomains. And also we have the options to visualize the data and track the changes. So we have a lot of options within the Amass. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at those in detail. Okay, so so in previous session we have seen how to set up an API key for Amass. Okay, so how to configure the config file also. So if you don't know how to do that, then you watch previous session. Okay, so I think it is uploaded in the YouTube. Okay, so here, if you don't know how to set up API keys for every services, then you can look into this blog post. So here is explaining all this information, how to set up the API keys. Okay, so let's go to HackerOne. Let's pick a target. So let's go to HackerOne directory. Okay, so from there we'll pick the program and we'll do the enumeration using Amass. Okay, so we are at HackerOne directory. So let's pick this at TD Bank. Okay, so if you take a look at this BDP program, so here they have included everything. So that means the scope of these assets are large. Okay, so we can enumerate all the domains, for example, including acquisition and all of those domains, and we can do the hacking on this. We can do backending on this. Okay, so here this is the policy information. Okay, so if you go to the top, so here we have the main domain, so dt.com, right? And we have what we can do. First, we can do the enumeration on this domain, on their domain. Okay, so let's open the Linux machine, and let's do the who is direct enumeration on tdbank.com. So td.com. So you can include this fetch. So if you include this fetch, it will remove the I think warnings and terms of condition string. Okay, so we are providing the hash and we got the information. Okay, so here if you take a look at this information, who is information, here the domain is created on 1998, and we got the registered organization name. Okay, so it's a bank, so it's a Toronto Dominion Bank. Okay, so and we have the street address also, and we have the city, state, and the postal address and phone number. So we got a lot of information about this bank, and we have the registered email also. Okay, so this information will help when you are doing reverse whois lookup. Okay, so the organization name and a phone number also, and email. Okay, so we can guys can store this data in the separate in the notepad also. Again, you can store this information, and when you're doing this whois reverse lookup, you can use this information. Okay, so here also in the admin section also we have the admin team for this a bank. So maybe if the admin team is different from this, we can collect this information also. And also here we have the tech team. Okay, so we can collect emails, phone numbers, organization name, and yeah, that's all. We can collect all of this information. Okay, so once we collected the information, so what we can do, we can use the Amass here. Okay, so let's go to the Amass. Let's install this Amass. So you can install before installing, you need to install Golang. So after that, you can run this go install to install the Amass. Okay, so you can just run this command. So once you install this Amass, you can take a look at this Amass tool. Okay, so let's use this. Let's open another session. Maybe so TD Bank to or else Amass. Okay, so here we can run Amass. So it will show the information about this Amass tool. So here we have the subcommands like Amass Intel and Amass Enum and Amass Biz, Amass Track, and Amass DP. So let's talk about one by one. So Amass Intel. So this tool, this sub module helps to discover targets for enumeration. Okay, so we can discover targets using this Amass Intel module. So let's view the help option for Amass Intel. So here we have a lot of options. If you go up, here we have the active flag and all of those flags. Okay, so using this Amass Intel, we can do the we can discover the targets. So now we know our targets, right? So so what we can do first, we can do the organization search. Okay, so here we have already done the whois, right? Just a minute. Attach session. Okay, so here we have done the whois on pd.com, and we have found the organization name, right? So what we can do, we can copy this text here from the organization, registered organization, and we can feed this data to the Amass. So let's use the Amass Intel here. So here if we take a look at this flag or flag, so using this we can search within the ASN number. Okay, so we can search for the our target ASN number. So what we can do, we can type Amass Intel and org. So here we can provide the target here. So this is our targets. So Toronto Dominion Bank, right? So this is our target. This is the organization name. So we can search with this name, and we can look for the we can let the Amass to look for the ASN numbers and the CIDA ranges, everything. Okay, so let's wait for this. Meanwhile, we can take a look at few other information. Okay, so so we can search Amass Intel here. Okay, so if you want to grab the certificate information also, the Amass can do that if you specify the active flag. Okay, so it is recommended to use this active flag. Okay, so it will do the certificate grabbing also. Okay, and using the ASN number. So once we discover the ASN number, we can feed it. We can feed it to Amass Intel using this ASN number, and we can discover further information. And also we can feed the CIDA ranges also. So we can feed the CIDA range, and we can find the domains. And if once you configure the Amass config file, so I have shown how to configure this Amass config file on previous session. Okay, so we can watch previous session and you can see how to configure this. So you can configure as per the instruction. So once you configure that, you can specify the config option and you can enumerate. And also you can use this demo. I mean, you can use the D flag for mentioning the domain name, or else you can use a DF flag to mention multiple domain names. Okay, so it will do the when we're doing this reverse lookup, it will do the lookup based on this domain. And also we have this who are flag and who is flag. So if you come down, we have this who is flag. So what it will do, you can provide your domain names. So it will do the reverse who is lookup on the domain, and it will find all the domains related to this who is record. So now if you take a look at this window, this left side window, we got this result. So if we go up, so here we have the ASN number. Okay, so 7734. So this is the ASN number belongs to TD bank, and we got the bank name and we got the ASN name, right? So TD bank. And here we got the CIDR range. We got a lot of CIDR range. Great. So now if you want to confirm this ASN number, to verify this ASN number, so what we can do, we can use the who use utility again. So what we can do, here we can type, we can clear this section. We can say who is, and we can specify this number. So 7734. Okay, so now we are verifying this ASN number. So if you do the who is lookup on this domain, and if you go up, so here you can see there we got the organization name, AS name, TD Bank, and organization name, Toronto Dominion Bank, and we have the addresses also. Okay, so by looking at this information, we can confirm that this ASN number belongs to TD Bank. Okay, so we can look up this information and we can find it out. And also we can do the you can who is look up the CIDR ranges. Okay, so you can just copy paste this CIDR range and you can check if the CIDR range is specified is belongs to our target or not. Okay, so we can cross check your ASN number and also CIDR range using this who is utility. Great. So let's continue. So we got this thing, and we got this organization also, and we have verified this ASN is belongs to the target. And let's talk about this ASN number. So once we got this ASN number, so what we can do, we can search for domains using this ASN number. So what we can do, can go to here and we can specify this ASN number. Okay, so what we can do, we can specify Amass, Intel, then ASN number, you can specify here. So AS 77734. So this is the number, right? So we can specify that and it will do the domain enumeration. Okay, so from the ASN number, it will extract the domains names. Okay, so let it run this command. Okay. Okay, let's go. We have this TD bank information. So let's do the CIDR lookup also. Okay, so let's copy this CIDR, maybe this one. Okay, so let's copy it and let's say who is on this CIDR. Okay, so we can look up for this ASN CIDR range. Okay, I'm getting many info here. Maybe we can look up some other CIDR range. So we'll not get more information. Maybe you can try this 162 range. Okay, so somehow we are getting some data here. Okay, so if you go up, you can see this uh, uh, CDR, it belongs to the TD Auto Finance LLC. Okay, so we can reverse look up these CDRs and A's, and we can confirm that this is belongs to our target organization. And if you look at this left side window, so we got this domain name, so we got it populated. So here we got tdbank.ca and td.com, commercial capital. So all of these domains names we can say. So it's getting these domain names from this ASN number. Okay. So yeah, we got a lot of domains names here. Okay, so let's do a small lookup here. Okay, so again, we can pick one of the domain. For example, if you pick this one, GT, I think gptdinstitutional.com, something like that. So we can pick this one. We can do the OS lookup on this domain. Okay, so let's do it. OS lookup, and let's put this domain name and add this hedge. Okay, so we got this information. If you go up, we got this registrant name. Okay, so organization name, we got the same name. So Toronto Dominion, and we got this information, all this information. Okay, so we got the city and state. And if we come down, we got the registrant emails also. Okay, so we got the registered fax number and email. And if you come down also, we got the admin name and the tech details. Okay, so this confirms that this target is belongs to our target. Say this domain instance. So okay, so CDR range is nothing but, so let's take this level. Okay, so we have a target called TD Bank. So under the TD Bank, we'll be having, they'll be having a lot of resources, right? So they'll be having a lot of IP addresses, right? So all these IP address, for example, if they have 250 IP addresses, right? So all these IP address can be grouped into one single range, CDR range. Okay, so for example, if you if I do if config on my machine, so here you can see the IP range is 172.25.235.191. Okay, so this is my IP address, and this is this IP address is assigned to this single machine. Okay, so now there can be a lot of hosts within this CDR range, right? So if you do the if you want to do the CDR range, right? So for example, if you want to create the CDR range for this IP, what we can do? So we can do something like this. So here we can append maybe think like this. We can append. So we can append like this. Okay. So we can append something like this. So if you append something like this, then this IP will come under this CDR range. Okay. So for grouping the IP address, they have introduced this CDR range. And the ASN is for grouping the CDR range. So like we have multiple IP address. So like that, we have multiple CDR range, right? So one CDR range, I think if they have multiple CDR ranges, all those CDR ranges can be grouped into one ASN number or multiple ASN number. Okay, so it's like a network structure. Okay, so if the target is big, if they have a lot of IP addresses, if they have a lot of website host, then what they can do? So they can club this into single ASN, so that all those IP addresses will come under single ASN. Okay, so if we take a look at this, maybe we can say some. I will open this notepad. Okay, so here, let's say we have the TD bank here. So this is our target. Yeah.
Yeah, Valor's Pride. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a doubt. Like we get a notation like /8. So /8 means, is it like last bit is starting from 0 until 255, and
Yeah.
/16 is like the last second bit. I mean the last two bits, they will be from 0 to 255, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But what if we have like /22, /15? Like how can we calculate that one?
Okay, so I think we have the CDR calculator, something like that. You can use this calculator to get the IP address. Okay, from the single CDR, if you want to get the list of IP addresses, then you can use these tools also, like map CDR. Okay, so if you type map cedar GitHub. So here from this tool we can
From project discovery, right?
yeah. So from this tool we can get a list of IP address from the cedar ranges. So here you can see we got this cedar bunch of cedar ranges here, and if you pass this cedar ranges, we'll be getting the IP addresses for every cedar ranges. We'll be getting the IP address. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So if on any bug bounty program, if they just give these CEDAR range,
Yeah.
then I can run the tool and get the alive host.
Yes,
right?
yeah. So if they give the only cedar range, what you can do, you can pass the cedar range to map cedar, and you can get the list of IP addresses. Then once we got the list of IP addresses, you can pass to nmap, and you can do the port scan. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So here, if you take a look at this left side window, so if you go up, we got domain names from this ISN number. Okay, so we got lot of domain names here, and we can confirm this domain name belongs to the target using the whois lookup, and we can do the whois lookup on this domain. And once you confirm this target is belongs to our target, this domain is belongs to our target, you can do the further enumeration like subdomain enumeration, all of these things. Great. Okay, and also let's do this cedar enumeration also. So since you guys asked that, so if you go up, we can pick any cedar, like we can pick this 24 or 23, and we can do the enumeration. Maybe let me pick this one. Okay, so let me pick this one and do the cedar enumeration. So you can type Amass Intel, and we can provide the cedar name using this cedar flag. And you can provide single cedar name, and ASN also you can provide a single ASN name. And if you want to provide multiple ASN name, you can use comma. So here also you can provide a single ASN name using this flag. And if you want to provide a multiple ASN name, you can use the semicolon. Comma. Okay, so let's run the this cedar range, and let's see how many domains are there under this cedar range. Okay, so we can do the something like this also. So it will populate all the domains under this cedar range. Okay, so if you see the cedar range in your bug bounty target policy, then you can input the cedar range alone here, and you can do the enumeration. Okay, so this will get all the domain host name under this cedar, be it is domain name or subdomain, anything. Okay, so I will let it run. So once we done this ASN enumeration and cedar enumeration, we'll be having a good amount of domain names that is belongs to our target. So after that, we can do this reverse whois lookup. Okay, so if you do the reverse whois lookup, what it will happen? So it will collect all the domains that is related to this particular domain. For example, TD Bank or TD.com. Okay, so let's do that. Here you can see from this cedar we got 2 domains. Okay, so these are the domains are under this cedar. So, yeah. So what we can do next, we can run it with the reverse whois lookup. Okay, so we can say whois flag. So here we need to provide the whois flag, and we can provide our target domain name. Okay, so you can provide single domain, or else you can provide multiple domain. Okay, so let me provide single domain td.com, and let's see how many later domains we are getting from this search. Okay, so we can add active also, active flag also. So it's up to you. So that if you add active flag, we'll be getting a lot of domains from the certificate also. Okay, so let it run. And meanwhile, we can look into this enumeration part. Okay, so I will let it run. So let's type Amass here. So the next one is we got Amass enum. So let's talk about this Amass enum. Amass enum. So using this Amass enum, so we can do the subdomain enumeration, and also we can do the IP enumeration also, right? So we can do the passive subdomain enumeration, active subdomain enumeration. So it will enumerate the subdomains using passive technique and active technique. Great. So we can pick one subdomain. Okay, so if you have multiple subdomains from this Intel search, we got a lot of we discovered a lot of other domains, right? So what we can do, you can pass those domains using the D flag. Okay, so if you want to pass a single domain, you can use the D flag, or else you can pass multiple domains using the colon, comma. And also, if you have a lot of domains like 10 or 20 or 30, then you can put those domain in a file and you can use this DF flag. Okay, so using the DF flag, we can do subdomain enumeration on all of those domains. Okay, so here, if you take a look at this right side window, so we got the domain name here. So this is succeed. So the command we run is succeed, and we got a lot of domains. So if you press app, so here you can see we got a lot of domains. Okay, so we can store these domains in a file, and also you can verify this domain, and you can go into enum module. Okay, so here we got a lot of options. For example, if you want Amass to do a zone transfer and certificate name grabbing, you can use the active flag. And if you want to do the alteration also, Amass can do, and you can specify ASN number also. Then you can specify a domain name, and you can switch to the modes. So here we have a passive mode and active mode. So again, so passive mode will get the subdomains from third-party API services, and active mode it will do brute forcing, and if you provide a wait list, and it will do the brute forcing also. So it will do the recursive brute forcing also. Okay, so we can do a lot of things like this. Okay, so it is recommended to run Amass tool with active enum. So we can say we can run the Amass enum, and we can provide brute flag, and we can provide active flag. Then we can provide a wait list to run, so that when you run the Amass enum, we'll be getting a lot of we'll be getting a lot of accurate information and a lot of domains names compared to passive enumeration. Okay, so in passive enumeration, we're just scraping the domains. In active, we are doing the different attacks like zone transfer and a lot of other things, right? So we can use that tool. We can use those options. So here, let me run with Amass enum. We can say brute also, and we can say active. So here we are using active technique. So using brute, it will do brute forcing also. We can provide the domain name, for example, td.com, and you can provide a wait list, something like this. Okay, so you guys can provide a wait list, and it can run on those. It can use this wait list, and it will do this subdomain brute force. Okay, so let's run it with maybe passive mode, because the active mode will take a lot of time, so compared to the passive mode. So we don't have a lot of time here, so that's why I'm using the passive mode. So we can specify the target here, maybe td.com, and we can provide the directory for storing this information in the separate directory. We want to do that, so something like this, we can do this, and we can store the output in a separate in a file called maybe Amass subs.txt. Okay, so we can do something like this. So it will do the passive enumeration on this domain. So let's run it. And if you have the config file, we can provide this config file using this config file. Okay, so let it run. Okay, so on one more thing, this is passive mode. Like when you're doing active mode, if you want the IP address also, then you can use the IP switch. So for example, here, if you cannot do that, you cannot use the IP switch on passive mode because it is not doing any resolution. And if you want IP addresses also, then what we can do, we can use the IP switch. So something like that. We can use the IP switch so that it will show the IP addresses also, and we can provide the SRC also. Okay, sources also. So it will show where it got the information. So where it got the IP addresses. I mean domain names, subdomains. For example, if it is getting these subdomains from, we can say Google search, then it will say Google, or else if it is doing it from some other source like CIP sketch, then it will show the source name. So let it run here.
I think meeting is going to be end in 2 minutes. It's 9:37.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can continue and rejoin this session.
Okay. So okay. So let's stop the session here and let's rejoin. Okay. So I'm ending the session here. Let's rejoin.